The final meeting of this Cascadia Clash is on the docket here in Tukwila, Washington, as Tacoma Defiance hosts Portland Timbers 2. It's all even at 1 win apiece as we walk into tonight's affair. Let's see who can take the edge on the year altogether. Welcome one and all to this broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster, excited to be bringing you the action here for the next 90 minutes between these two rivaling foes at the MLS NEXT Pro level. Looking forward to seeing just what happens in this one in Providence Park early on in the season. It was Portland Timbers 2 who came out victorious, but the last time they met here, and it was a 1-0 victory for Tacoma Defiance. So, let's see who gets that last and final laugh in this series as we look at where these teams sit in the table. Tacoma in a good spot right now, vying for one of those top 4 spots. Meanwhile, on the outside looking in, Portland, but they're right there. If they get points, they have the ability to hop the Houston Dynamo and get into one of those playoff slots as we wrap up match week 26. With that in mind now, let's see what starting lineups these two sides are trotting out with here this evening. First off, for Hervé DSA, it is this unit with 3 changes. Those 3 names: Kalani, Kosa, Riense, Cody Baker, and in goal, Mohamed Shore, in between the sticks, the academy kid getting the look there. We'll see, 16 years old, how he handles some of the potent offensive weapons that this Portland Timbers 2 team have at their disposal. Meanwhile, on the away side for Coach Serge Dinkota, pretty familiar unit here for the most part, but 3 changes as well. In particular, Max Eisenberg, Jaden Jones-Riley, and also a change in goal for them, Ryan Bilichuk, who will not only be between the sticks, but will also be wearing the captain's armband this evening. This will be his 3rd appearance of the season. So, yeah, there's a little bit more experience than Shore on the other side as far as the MLS NEXT Pro level is concerned. So, at 23 years old, just has a couple of years of experience in life over the likes of Mohamed Shore. But we'll see how these two sides end up faring. We've got 45 minutes for you coming up. You can see our head official, Matthew Corrigan, donning the peak shirt. And we'll be looking to maintain the peace here on the pitch here this evening. As we see Tacoma will be going left to right. Meanwhile, Portland Timbers 2 in the stripes going right to left. It'll be Gio Miglietti who will get things going for us here. Who will have the last say in this series? It's Tacoma and Portland doing battle one more time this regular season. Once again, my name is Mark Schoenster. We welcome you in here on the broadcast. 11-8-4 on the season for Hervé DSA as pressure earns Tacoma chance in the attacking third. Meanwhile, 6, 7, and 10 for Serge Dinkota's side. And if you want to look at the shootout wins, it's 2 for Tacoma versus 4 for Portland. Of course, 10 draws for Portland means they've gone to that penalty spot a couple of times this season. That one deflecting off of Blake Pope and then off of Cody Baker. Throw in for Portland here. There's Alex Moreno. Play it back, and Moreno scored a goal in the last game that Portland played in. It was a 2-1 loss at home against the Town FC. 2-1 result. Moreno scored in the 2nd minute. It's the quickest goal they've scored all season, Portland Timbers 2. His first professional goal, so that was a bright moment in the game. There's Ikoba. This one looked to get slipped through. It didn't reach its target. Now Tacoma will push in the other direction. Aquino will loft this one out to the left-hand side for Sukanome. His ball drilled inside, knocked away. Keyshawn Ferdinand providing the clearance there. Tega Ikoba had the assist in that game against the Town FC, which makes it 5 straight games with a goal contribution for him. But at the end of the day, it would not be enough to find any points in the result. The Town would score before the end of the half and then would find a game winner in the second half. So it was a 2-1 loss for Portland last time out, a 2-1 win for Tacoma on the road against LAFC 2. And what was a hard-fought game. Got the chance to chat with Hervé DSA this week and build up to this one, and he said it's a euphorious feeling as a coach when you have a group of guys who are resilient and will do everything they can to get a result in a big game on the road. We like their structure, but that being said, he said we don't like how much they had the ball, we don't like how often they were in our box. And he also felt that his side could have scored another goal in that game, make it a little bit more comfortable. But at the end of the day, it's a massive result against a team rivaling them in the table. They directly hopped them as a result of that victory on the road. So some good stuff there for Tacoma as they continue to push their way up the table. Portland looking to have a push themselves as they see themselves on the outside looking in at the very moment. Moreno sends it to his left. Eisenberg now playing it out wide for Jones-Riley. Ferdinand's ball comes dipping in. Blake Pope got on the end of it, but he couldn't put it on frame. Close, but no cigar for Portland Timbers 2. And Blake Pope trying to get off to a similar start the way he did the first time these two teams met this season. Got a brace in the first 14 minutes, including a goal in the 5th minute, which would have nearly been replicated there. Miglietti bested by Stuart Hawkins. This one sends up the pitch. Being chased down by Bowen. But Bowen didn't look like he kept it in play. There will be a goal kick. You in here, wherever you may be tuning in. Tacoma fans, Portland fans, neutral observers, all welcome in here. As we close off. It's been a jam-packed Sunday's worth of MLS Next Pro games. This is Tyler Clegg on the ball. No one coming to pressure him, so he'll continue to stroll up the pitch. Rather leisurely there. Now things get picked back up to a soccer game pace once again. Tacoma as this one tried to be slid inside, but once again, it's Keyshawn Ferdinand who was there in the way. These two teams met a couple months ago, and I had the chance to talk to Hervé DSA around that time. It was the halfway point of the season at that moment, and he said that he was now familiar with the group he had as this one goes out on Ferdinand and will be a corner kick. at that halfway point in the season, he felt like he now gained an understanding of just who he had on this team and what they were all capable of and comfortable with. So it was about honing and refining at that point in time. Continued the slot after the corner kick as Bowen providing the service. Dips down, headed towards goal. It's still in the thick of things. And it'll go out for another corner kick, this time from the right-hand side. But now that honing process has begun. He said that he can move the pieces around now depending on matchups and opponents because everyone understands each other. He said, we aren't training anymore, just practicing and rehearsing for the upcoming game. Not to mention being healthy helps. He said, now it's about being pros. It can be exhausting waking up every day, coming to the same place, doing similar things day in and day out. Corner kick swung inside and ultimately headed away by Portland. It's an interesting balance, right? It's obviously, if you're playing at this level, you either are a pro or you're an academy player who's getting minutes and is trying to get that pro contract. But for the most part, professionals out here, which means you do have to treat this as a job, but at the same time, you are playing a sport. So you can't be but so business-like. You got to continue to be pushing yourself and continue to have that drive, energy, and passion. Blake Pope over to the left-hand side for Penn. Penn rocking that one across, but no one can get on the other end of it. It's always a balance every player has to strike, though. The being business-like, being a pro versus the maintaining that passion. I think the balance is different for different players and how their brain operates, and also just the position you play in. Some spots need a more analytical person, someone who can keep things cool. Meanwhile, a little passion is good for other spots. A little high energy. One thing's for certain, you can't just sleepily clock in every day or else you're going to lose your spot. Although this is a Tacoma team that's been on the uptick, it's a Portland team too that hasn't suffered many losses as of late until that week, or until last week's loss. They were 2-0-4 prior to that. That is a lot of draws, but that's also no losses. They've been a tough nut to crack. Just put them right in that ninth place spot as it stands right now. Currently tied with Houston at 33 points apiece. If they can either get the extra point in a shootout or just get all 3 points in regulation, as Eisenberg was on the receiving end of that, but the offside flag goes up. But 2 more points in this game would put them over top of Houston, which would mean they'd be in that 8th and final playoff spot as of right now. So, important games. Very important games for Portland, but also very important for Tacoma in the same regard as they jockey for position. Who wouldn't like some home games in the playoffs? Certainly gives you a bit of an edge to wake up in your own bed and play at a familiar area. Got your routine, you've got everything situated comfortably. You can focus solely on the game at hand. That ball knocked away by Clegg. Eisenberg tried to backheel it to Pope, and then he'll be called for the foul as he worked to recover it. We see Chris Aquino standing behind the ball right now, and he's joined by Cody Baker. who's been on one heck of a tear as of late. 18 years old. Just one assist to his name, though, as he whips this one in. Chested down, deflected towards goal and into the arms of Ryan Bilichuk. Although, not too dangerous an opportunity. It's the first time he's had to rush to the ball, get his hands on it quickly. Man from Greenville, South Carolina. Chris Aquino on the Tacoma side of things has been on a good stretch recently. Already talked about Tega Ikoba on Portland side of things. 5 straight games with goal contributions, most of which have been goals. Ask every DSA how much more difficult it is to handle a Portland team since Tega Ikoba has been added to the squad. We'll hold off just a moment as Aquino traverses around. Hervé DSA said that his side's gone up against some tough strikers this year, so it won't be anything new for his side. He mentioned he's a good addition to the team, though, that's for certain. He said that we know what they're about, so we need to be sharp in our principles. Definitely won't be any surprises in Game 3 between two teams. Kova making his first appearance this season. Having his first appearance of the season, last time these two teams met, came off the bench, and has since then been quite the impactful player for Portland Timbers too. Lofted ball ahead, looking for Bowen, and it's cleared out by Pope. Aquino. Brunel plays it out wide, just beyond the stretched leg of Blake Bowen. Now we'll get another strolling entrance here from Tyler Clegg. No need to push the tempo if no one's pressing you. Just take some space. Get going whenever you feel comfortable to. Long ball down the pitch. Can it be kept in by Jaden Jones-Riley? He cuts in. Sends in the cross, headed upward. Juggle will be kept in play, but Tacoma still have to get rid of it, or at least get it out of danger. Pope. Now Aquino. Throws it up the pitch, and Sukanome gets tripped up, and we'll get a free kick here for Tacoma. And another free kick incoming for Tacoma. This portion of the match is brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today, and when the Sounders win, you'll win a free McChicken the following day. $2 minimum purchase, only in the app. Aquino with the cross, and it's headed out for a corner kick. Looks like Tyler Clegg was the one who got on the end of that one. This one slipping by. And Portland try to push the counterattack here, but Tacoma are able to smother it. Sukanome tried to sneak that one into Cosa Rienzi. And here they go again. Sukanome tapped out of play. And yet another corner kick for the home side. This one taken short. Sousa. Couldn't get that one away from him the way he would have liked. It's a knotted up series. One apiece, one win apiece on the season. 4-1 at Providence Park. 1-0 in Tukwila. Last time out, Yu Sukanome scoring the game-winning goal in that one in the 25th minute. So if we get past that 25th minute timestamp, it would mean the longest one of these games have gone scoreless, but still a good amount of time before then. Cleared out of play there by Cody Baker. This portion of the match is brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today, and when the Sounders win, you will win a free McChicken the following day with $2 minimum purchase, only in the app. Corner kick incoming now for Portland. Ball comes in, contact was made, and it's tracked down and then corralled in. Mohamed Short. Talked a little earlier about the day-to-day. It can get exhausting coming into work each day, seeing the same field, doing some of the same drills. Hervé DSA told me that they try to shake it up every now and then, not only in the work environment, but also sometimes they just try to get away from the field. When I asked him what kind of activities they would take place in, he said once they went and did some jiu-jitsu. They also tried to have a beach day. Didn't end up happening, but it was something they were looking into doing. They've got a huge chess community amongst their players, so they've had some competitions there. And then, of course, you had your typical guy stuff like gaming. So a yellow card has been issued. It's been given to Portland's Joshua Penn. Be his third yellow card of the season. Aquino lost that one to the penalty area, nodded away by Ikoba.
The referee issued a yellow card to player number 70, Joshua Penn.
Bowen throws it in. It's tapped right back to him, or at least that was the intention. Instead now Tacoma playing this one out wide. An opportunity to break forward for Portland. Jaden Jones-Riley with some steam to him. Makes a move. Jones-Riley play that one across. That deflects off of Antino Lopez. Good opportunity there for Portland. Now they got a corner kick. And they'll stack up right beyond the penalty marker. Penn inside, skips through. And the shot attempt goes well above the woodwork and into the woods. It was Rod on the attempt. Couldn't keep that one down. Slipped all the way through to him across the 6-yard area. Here's Bowen. Leaves to his left before squaring it across. Cross lobbed inside and suffers a deflection, and yet another corner kick for Tacoma. They've had a myriad of them. This portion of the match is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare provider of Seattle Sounders FC. Trying a different vantage point of attack here. That one just barely kept in play by a sliding Snyder Brunel. But Bilichuk capable of handling it. Prime opportunity on one end for Portland, both on the breakaway and then on the corner kick. But we remain scoreless here. Clegg. Connects on the right-hand side with Penn. Joshua Penn trying to create some space for himself, and he did so until some backup came for Tacoma. Now a free kick for Portland. Adolfo Enriquez getting tripped up there and drawing the foul. So it'll be Penn once again, but this time from a different spot, a different angle on the penalty area. And this is now officially the longest this game has been scoreless this season. 2 early starts in the other 2 matches. We'll see if this is a game of fine margins throughout. Penn with the service. It trickles through, it's off the woodwork. Very close there for the visitors. It falls to Kaveh Rod. He didn't quite get the piece of it that he would like, but it is a corner kick for Portland. So Penn will go again. Here's Penn's service, headed upward and outward. Heels for a handball will not be given by our head official, Matthew Corrigan. Portland have to continue to press onward here as they try to break down Tacoma. Eisenberg. Koba just got away from him, but that shot got away in all the right ways from Penn. It goes straight down the middle, and Mo Short was very sure about that one when he saved it. There's the youngster. Always a big opportunity when you make your debut with a side. Just 16 years old, though. He's going to turn 17 on Thursday, so an early happy birthday to him. And that shot's going to put you in fouling territory every time. Blake Bowen with the extension. Blake on Blake crime there. Blake Pope, the one going down. It is odd seeing this happen now several times in this game. Tyler Clegg, oh so casually, walking the ball down the pitch. Pope able to get that one away, and Portland will retain possession. Now Eisenberg cutting inside, and he's sliced into Cody Baker, the guilty man there. A lot of consistency. Playing time throughout this season for Portland Timbers too. Each of these guys trying to earn themselves a chance to get a crack at the top team. The Portland Timbers first team side in the MLS. Already a track record of that pipeline going upward, including several players. Guys like Daron Aspria, Eric Williamson, Christian Paredes, Marvin Luria, all having played for Timbers too. But hone your craft and then prove your worth. Eisenberg. Hopeful cross will instead be claimed by Shore. Interjecting in there, winning the ball back for the away side. Minutes down, 60 to go. Still scoreless here. Just one goal scored in the last meeting between these two. Perhaps it'll be just one that separates them, or one that can be found throughout this game. It'll be Portland who find it. That one slipped just by Ikoba. Sousa pulling it back, and now Hawkins lofting it up the pitch. Enriquez. Eisenberg out wide. Portland enjoying some possession here, but now the question is how can they unlock and find the seams through Tacoma here? Perhaps it can be done via set piece, but instead they're going to take it quickly. That's a nice ball through. Moreno praying out wide. Now here's a searching ball inside, nodded away. Stuart Hawkins on the end of it. On the away side, who been asking the questions here recently. about can they make it amount to something. Jaden Jones-Riley losing his footing. This portion of the match is brought to you by Puyallup Tribe of Indians, a tribe known for being generous and welcoming to all people. Pope. Back to Rod. Clegg now. Sending this one forward for Moreno. Some pressure from Tacoma means they need to retreat. Blake Pope. Got across for connecting with Enriquez, but it's been jarred free. It's only a temporary loss of possession here for Portland. Ikoba holding up play. Now a long ball to Eisenberg. He is headed along and into the hands of Mo Short. Hasn't been called to action to make any big saves yet for the young kid from Seattle. I'll look to see who he can pass this ball up to. One of the options he'll be looking for, or at least he'll be looking that gets connected to on the other end, is Chris Aquino. 10 goals, and all of them mainly coming as of late. Quite the tear. Asked every DSA about what's really changed for Aquino as of late, and he talked a lot about how this is a kid in Aquino who had a lot of success as an academy player. That success got the best of him early on. Needed to commit to the hardship of the journey and find another level of work ethic. That is no longer a problem. He has developed that work ethic, and every DSA was telling me it's that very same engine that gets him goals now. He's moving around, making runs nobody else will make, and it's hard to track him as a defender consistently. He said even after last game, a game in which he scored a brace in, mind you, apparently Chris Aquino told every DSA that he needed to run even more. Brings in the wider philosophy on players and getting minutes and getting time on the Tacoma side of things. Every player needs to show hard work in order to see the pitch with Tacoma. Not going to see anybody with half-baked effort make their way onto the pitch and get minutes. So when you see a guy like Aquino getting starts, or when you see a guy like for example today, Mo Short between the sticks, it's safe to assume that they earned the opportunity to get a look, especially for a guy like Mo Short who hasn't gotten a look yet this season. Means what he's showing in training has given them the comfortability to entrust him with the responsibility of the goalkeeper position in a professional soccer match. He's got to get this one right. Not the easiest of passes that you have to handle as a goalkeeper, especially when you have the pressure knowing that goal is right behind you. He has to do well there as well. He does so with poise. Now Tacoma will push this one ahead, but Bilichuk is there. Tightly contested thus far. Both teams with some opportunities. I'd say Portland have had the more close encounters with goal. Still anyone's game to grab at this moment, of course. That's always the case when they're still all tied up. But I would say both teams have a pretty fair shake at being the one to break the deadlock. Jaden Jones-Riley doing some dancing. Eventually, the show had to end, and there's Tacoma. Of course, a rivalry game between these two sides as they piggyback off of what is the contention that's held by the two MLS teams. Played each other last weekend, a game that Portland was able to win 1-0. On Mosquera, back one from distance, a fabulous goal from him to give Timbers 2 the win. It's the last time that they played in a match. Portland Timbers did not play yesterday. Seattle did though, and they'll be happy with bouncing back after that loss, winning 4-0 against Columbus as Eisenberg steps into the penalty area. Max Eisenberg hits the brakes. It's saved. Great stop from Mo Shore. No doubt about that one from Mo. He sprawled out and he made the stop he needed to make. Portland are at it again though. Pope. This one chopped over wide. Kept in by Jaden Jones-Riley. Here's his service, dipping down. An attempt at a bicycle kick, and that is a bad collision in the air. And it's gonna be a second yellow card for Joshua Penn, which means that his night is over. He went for glory on the bicycle kick, and his boot caught a piece of, I believe, Gio Miglietti. So that is a dismissal for Penn. So after some promising moments here for Portland, where they were close to finding a win, or sorry, finding the lead, they will now be down a man. And this was the chance moments ago for Max Eisenberg, looking for his second goal. And then here's the opportunity that resulted in the second yellow card. He just gets a piece there of Gio Miglietti as he went up for the bicycle kick. Obviously, it's always great when you get the chance to attempt a bicycle kick, but you have to be careful with it because when you get your boot up in the air, that's risky. And it can be dangerous if there are players around. Which is why Penn has been sent off. 0-0 your score, but 11-10 in your player count on the pitch. This opened things up for Tacoma. A man advantage, and also, of course, is always a bit of a demoralization period after going down a man, so not a lot of time left in this half. Can Tacoma take advantage of the fact that they have that extra man on the pitch? Or will we go to break? Portland will get the chance to recuperate and strategize, given the situation they're in now. Progress forward. Bowen. Keno is just a bit behind him. Trying to combine there with Snyder Brunel. comes down, and Sean Ferdinand once again, the one who is on the end of it on the clearance, but here's a service inside, nodded away. Excellent touch from Aquino. Brunel out to the left-hand side, knocked away from the feet of Sukanome. Worth mentioning once again, he scored in the last meeting between these two sides. Bowen. Back to Kosa, Rienzi. Baker trying to roll that one ahead. Aquino. Stuart Hawkins. Now it's Tacoma's turn to knock the ball around and try to unlock the block for Portland. Of course, they do have the distinct difference of there being a disbalance, of course, in the number of personnel. Might be what we see for the majority of this game. Moving forward is Tacoma, knocking the ball around, waiting for the avenues to open. Baker. And it's deflected away, Eisenberg. Played it for Ikoba, but it was behind him. Could have been a window of opportunity to spring forward, but at the end of the day, nothing coming there for Portland. Here's Brunel, playing it up ahead. And this one's out for what I believe will be a deep throw-in as it bounced along the left side of the corner flag. Travion Sousa. Throw this one in as we see just one more minute tacked on. So not a lot of time left for most likely Tacoma to find a chance. Ferdinand doing well once again. A lot of jostling over there. Cleared up the pitch. Maybe the ending of moments here in the first half as Matthew Corrigan gets closer to blowing his whistle. One more lofted ball. And it's knocked out. And that will do it. Well, it's all even on the score sheet, but it's not all even in the lineups. 0-0 your scoreline. But Tacoma have acquired a man advantage. We will have highlights and first half stats coming up. And after the break, Michelle Montaigne sits down to chat with Chattanooga FC head coach Rod Underwood. We'll see you on the other end of this break.
Vamos, dale pues, mamá ya muerte. Más loco como solo tú sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza. Sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete. Listen up, all eyes on me. I'll show you who you wanna be.
new sign. It's the new sign. It's the new sign.
Toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente lo siente. Y toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente caliente. Toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena. En la favela suena. El techo se me llena. Toda mi gente lo siente.
Nil-nil between these two at the break. Before we meet Chattanooga head coach Rod Underwood, we want to tell you about the upcoming MLS Next Pro newsletter. Sign up for it today.
Action.
Welcome into another edition of Coach's Corner. Today we are sitting down with Rod Underwood, the head coach of Chattanooga FC. Coach, thanks for making the time for us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
With this being your first year in MLS Next Pro, over halfway through the season, what has just been your overall impression of the league so far?
I think there's been a lot of impressions. So if we break it down in multiple facets, off the field, I think facilities for the most part have been really very good. You know, how we're treated in the away games are really very good. At home, off the field is obviously fantastic for us. The crowd is unbelievable at home. The traveling crowd for us is fantastic. And then on the field, right, the competition's been really high. And we continue to get better and grow and learn and make sure we give ourselves the best chance to be competitive in every game.
You just touched on it, but being one of just two independent clubs, what has this supporters club meant to you guys your first year in MLS Next Pro?
Well, it means so much. Without them, it's very difficult for our club to even exist. So the supporters are fantastic. On the road, they give us great energy. At home, they give us great energy. And we just really feed off of it, and we really want to make sure that we repay them for all the support they've had beyond the years that I've even been here.
You've gone off to a pretty good start with that this season. What has allowed you guys to come in and find success early?
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, a focus and a desire really to perform at the highest level that we can. You know, one of the things that we talk about all the time is just being a little bit better, being 1% better every day, and really working hard and really just focusing on us and trying to make sure that we do a really good job of accentuating each individual player's talents within the structure that we want to be successful with.
Now that we are getting into the latter stages of the regular season, knowing that the table is kind of making its way, what would you describe the mood and the day-to-day like between the players in the locker room?
Yeah, for us, it's two things, right? It's excitement, the opportunity to be playing, right? At the end of the day, a lot of us get to do a lot of different things than showing up every day to train and coach and enjoy the city and enjoy the fans. That's a great honor to even be able to do that. So there's joy, there's excitement, but there's also business like that. Hey, you know, the table's tight. We know that every game matters. We know that every point matters. So we're, you know, keeping that joy and excitement and focus and workman's-like mentality.
So with all that in mind, what does success look like for you this season?
Success is many things, right? Success is how do we do on the field? How do we do off the field? How do we do with our players coming in and being successful? And how do we do with the support of the fans and making the city grow and really just bringing new fans bringing new supporters, and really going as far as we can in the league.
All right, last one for you. Coach, what has made you the most proud of this team so far this year?
I think there's two things. I think number one, the fans, the support, the city, the ability that we can come out every day, express ourselves, and express the way that we want to play football. But also, I would say, just the relentlessness of the individual players to come out and really perform every day in training and really look to be better in every game.
Awesome. Well, I can say from that very first game in Chattanooga to now, you guys have been so much fun to watch. Your supporters have meant so much to the league. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon again in person.
All right, thank you for having me.
Toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, y toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente. Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Action.
Halftime here between Tacoma and Portland Timbers 2. Mark Schoenster with you on YouTube as we take a peek at the upcoming schedule here in MLS Next Pro. A lot of fun matchups coming. A lot of fun matchups have been had. This is what's coming in the midweek going into Saturday along the season. Worth noting, of course, Timbers 2 playing Los Angeles Football Club 2, and on Friday, Tacoma will be once again hosting Real Monarchs, so that's when the next time these two teams will play each other. But of course, that's the next game. We still got 45 more minutes of action here with you. Highlights and stats along with second half kickoff are up next.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Listen up, all eyes on me. I'll show you who you wanna be. Hey. Yeah, yeah, hey. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's going down, down. You don't want to miss that. It's the new sound. It's the
Action.
We welcome you back here to Starfire Sports Complex for the second half of action between Tacoma Defiance and Portland Timbers 2. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first 45, though, before we get the second half game action started. Let's take a look at everything that took place here. First off, this big chance, really the first chance of the evening. Blake Pope got on the end of it, but couldn't capitalize. Another chance here for Portland. They definitely had the better of the big moments in the first half of action. A couple of opportunities for the likes of Pope, Rod, and others as got knocked out. Of course, Max Eisenberg would have a big moment later in this game. There's a shot from Josh Penn. And ended up going into the arms of Mo Shore. And this is the big moment. Mo Shore, in his debut with Tacoma, makes the save on Max Eisenberg, keeping this one scoreless. But then, not only was it a good play for Tacoma, then it was good news for Tacoma because Josh Penn would get his second yellow and would be sent off, which means that as of now, it is 11 v 10 here in Tukwila. And there's a look at your stats. You notice, ultimately, the edge is in favor of Portland, but I'll be curious to see if these stats stay the same way after the next 45 minutes, because once you go down a man, things change drastically. But they have had the chance to talk in the locker room, Serge Dakota's side, and how they will handle what is, of course, a non-advantageous position that they find themselves in now. Meanwhile, for Tacoma, can they take advantage? Can they find a goal to break through? The rest are making their way back onto the pitch. See Portland getting ready to go. Once again, our head official is Matthew Corrigan. Portland will be going left to right. Meanwhile, Tacoma right to left. Once again, both teams with the win this season against the other. So this game would be the tiebreaker in that regard in the regular season. Both, of course, with postseason aspirations. So it's not out of the cards that they could meet again later this year in what would be truly the biggest game between them over the entire year. But as of right now, this is it. We do have some adjustments that will need to be accounted for here. Some personnel changes. Once we get them all confirmed with you, we will do the housekeeping and we will let you know just exactly who is in, who is out. Away from being ready here. And we are back underway here in Tukwila. Show you along the screen. Substitutions that are preparing themselves and have made their way onto the pitch to be difference makers in this game. Here's Aquino. Having this one back to Sousa. Stuart Hawkins over to Lopez as they work to build themselves out from the back. So it'll be 2 changes for Portland, 1 change for Tacoma. Etienne Bayard coming in for Cody Baker, making his Tacoma Defiance debut. Meanwhile, on the Portland side of things, familiar faces of Mateo Bunbury and Kyle Linares are in. Meanwhile, Tega Ikoba and Max Eisenberg are out. Let's see how these changes and adjustments fare these two sides going into the rest of the second half. That's 3 total changes between the two teams. Hawkins playing this one up the pitch. This one slips through for Sousa. He's been dangerous out here providing service. Sousa's ball swings across. Falls to Aquino. Aquino plays this one back. Now it's rolled over to the right-hand side. Was searching for Bayard. Etienne Bayard, 17 years old, an academy kid. Started every game for the U17s this past season in MLS Next. As Linares works forward, ref says play on. Bayard right there on the contact. All fair game according to our head official, Matthew Corrigan. After a first half that was, for the most part, favorable to Portland Timbers too. Ended in bad fashion for them. Now they have a chance to, had the chance to take a breather, get their bearings, figure out what they could and couldn't do. See Tyler Clegg here, bringing this one forward. It's still Clegg, he shoots! And Tyler Clegg! Oh my goodness, the individual effort. The center back takes matters into his own hands, and the expression on Keyshawn Ferdinand's face tells the story. You go down a man, that means more responsibility for every player. And in this case, Tyler Clegg, a defensive player, going on the attack and letting one fly. What a goal. And how about that from the 24-year-old?
That was a Byzantine goal.
It's his second goal of the season, and it could end up being a huge one. Now they have to hang on to this lead down a man. They're gonna at some point have to withstand some pressure. But how about that from Clegg? That is impressive. That's a fantastic goal scored by anybody, let alone a center back making a trip forward. Sometimes you gotta leave it. 20 or older players, 24 years old, stepping up and getting his hands dirty in all the right ways for Portland. Bowen still on it. Serve that one inside, and it's sent skyward. It's a corner for Tacoma. Can they find an answer? Here's the service, and it's punched away for a moment. Sousa takes the volley, and it's blocked by Bunbury. The ball sent in. Sukanome across the middle. Knocked away by Ferdinand. So goal down a man. To put Portland in the lead early on here in the second half. Was a nice step from Sukanome. He's still with it. Tino Lopez. Burnell, the foray forward. Out wide to Sousa. Sousa drives it centrally. It's up in the air. It's tapped back to Stuart Hawkins, who's wearing the captain's armband tonight for Tacoma Defiance. Talked to Hervé DSA a little bit about the captain's armband, and he said he likes to switch up who is captain. Passes it around. Told me that he wants to see a reaction out of the player that he gives it to. Sousa, can he keep it in? No, he cannot. To continue that thought, he said that I want to see a reaction out of that player, and I want to hear their voice and how they don that responsibility of being captain. Continued to elaborate, saying that when any of these guys get the chance to practice with the first team, I do not want them to be quiet when that occurs. I want them to be able to talk to the big guys on that team, you know, the Jordan Morrises, if you will. So as of now, Stuart Hawkins has the challenge of being the captain. Pope. Any position that Portland has is pressure being put on Tacoma. And in the first half we saw, we'll hold on that thought as this is another opportunity, but well slid in by Shore. Jaden Jones-Riley nearly had a chance to double it.
Also made the substitution at the half. Leading the match.
Aquino.
33, Cody Baker.
Goes it over to the right-hand side for Lopez. That's a lovely ball forward. Rienzi shoots! Kalani Costa Rienzi letting it fly. It was a lovely ball from Antino Lopez to find the run of Kalani Costa Rienzi. On frame. Right now, the difference in this game is a goal from Tyler Clegg, a solo effort. Clegg coming from Woodbridge, Virginia. It's his second year with Portland Timbers too. Before that, he was the 85th overall pick in 2023 after a successful career at James Madison University, JMU, which is also in Virginia. And then he made his way from the East Coast to the West Coast. Sousa, nice ball inside, goes back out to him. Sukanome Out to Sousa. Lopez to Villard. Cosa Rienzi. Passing around from Tacoma. It could lead to something here. But not quite. Free kick for Portland. Brakes are hit there. It couldn't be kept in bounds. The visiting side will get the ball once again. Able to find a goal in this game without a contribution from Tega Ikoba, who had done so in the last 5 games. This portion of the match is brought to you by Regents Blue Shield. Together, we health. In that 5-game stretch, Tega Ikoba caught up to Josh Penn. Goals scored, both of which with 6 of them. Again, Tyler Clegg, the one, finds the back of the net in this one with a stunning goal. Now they are tasked with down a man, hanging on to that 1-goal lead. Sukanome chips it up, headed away by Rod. Bayard throws it in. Effective play by Bowen. Now Pope will run it forward for Portland. Now Bayard again. Sends in the cross. Couldn't quite connect with Miglietti. Will switch the point of the attack over to Sousa. And then it not only glides over Jaden Jones-Riley, but also glides by Travion Sousa. Cosa Rienzi. Play by Cave Rod. Linares does well to shield off some contact, and also contact drawn by Bunbury. That'll be a free kick for Portland. Some words to the ref from Serge Dinkota. So we got a substitution also readying for Dinkota's side. Next chance they get. When the right opportunity comes. Long ball at the pitch. Won't reach Jaden Jones-Riley, who has to go in the other direction. Ahmed short. A long ball up the pitch. And it's headed away and out by Miglietti. It'll be a throw for Portland, but before that, a substitution as Sawyer Jura comes in. Jaden Jones-Riley. See his night come to an end. And the 18-year-old from Bend, Oregon will step in onto the pitch in his place.
I'm sorry, that's 80. Jalen Jerome Jones-Riley.
Meanwhile, on the Tacoma side of things, Miglietti, his night is done And Sebastian Gomez will step in. He's 16 years old, Sebastian Gomez. Has 2 goals in the season. To be the one, to be the spark, the difference maker in this one for Tacoma. 60 minutes in, 30 more to go. A goal down a man from Portland is what separates the away side from the home side.
Lead the match is number 81, Gio Miglietti. Entering for him is number 90, Sebastian Gomez.
This one lofted up to the substitute Gomez. And it's deflected out for a corner kick. Well done there from the fresh legs of Sebastian Gomez. Corner kick taken quickly. Bayard rolls this one back, and now played across, cleared away. Bowen doing well there to absorb the contact and hold that one up for Tacoma. Now Gomez slips this one centrally. Aquino was awaiting it. And then too much physicality as Sebastian Gomez pressed on. Adolfo Enriquez was able to best him there. This portion of the match is brought to you by the Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Tyler Clegg, the lone goal scorer, lofts this one well up the field. Caught by Mohamed short. Don't distribute it accordingly. Hawkins. Tacoma gotta figure out a way to create more chances. Of course, ball movement will be crucial here up a man. It's gonna be easier to find an open man. Doesn't necessarily make it a guarantee you'll find a goal, as this one falls through for Aquino. The one-timer from Chris Aquino. That's just the man you want in that spot. Let's get a look at that one again. Ball is floated up by Brunel, and Aquino got on the end of it, but it was stopped by Bilichuk. Both players going down there. And I need to find some good service here. We've seen a couple of good balls on the left-hand side from Trevion Sousa. There's Derve DSA about Sousa a little bit, and he said that he's one of our senior players on the team. He's on the cusp of being on the first team and getting a chance there. He hits all the stats and metrics that warrant a chance for him with the Seattle Sounders. Especially with Georgie Manungu making that move up. Trevion Sousa has stepped up on that left side. Look at Bunbury here. Looking to find a target. Penalty area was denied in that regard on that occasion. Trevion Sousa has stepped up, provided more depth in the flank by playing at that fullback spot. He's had some good service from that position. When you recognize the need, you step in and fill in that role, and that's something you can get from an experienced guy despite a young age. Trevion Sousa, 22 years old. Made a couple stops across the United States and also spent some time in Germany as well. A well-traveled seasoned man for his age. Here he is now. Sousa goes down, draws the foul. It'll be a free kick just outside the penalty area. The Californian was streaking forward. And some jersey tugging. Means a set piece opportunity for Tacoma. Kino floats it up, it's headed down! And we're level here! A wonderful set piece. The run came in wide, and the header brought it down right on target. Aquino bending that one across. And it's headed through by Antino Lopez, the center back. His second goal of the season. So 2 goals from center backs in this game. We are all tied up here in this Cascadia rivalry match between Tacoma and Portland Timbers 2. Antino Lopez with his second goal of the season. Chris Aquino with his second assist. It is a 1-1 draw at the moment in a matchup between these two teams that has only ended in a draw one time. And that was a 1-1 draw last year, August 5th at Providence Park. That's currently where we stand right now, unless in the next 20 or so minutes, one of these sides finds another one into the back of the net. How about Antino Lopez getting onto the end of that one? We have a player down for Portland. We'll get a substitution for Tacoma in the process. Yu Sukanome sees his night come to a conclusion. Meanwhile, a first-teamer, Cordelio Rodriguez, guy who Tacoma fans will be familiar with from last season, will step in.
And entering number 27,
Rodriguez. We'll also get a substitution for Portland. Christian Mendoza makes his way onto the pitch. You can see him there, number 87. But first, here's the free kick. Linares swinging this one in, and that was dangerous. Headed onto the roof of the goal by Tyler Clegg. But that was a good service, and there are some unmarked players there. You can see Moreno's been subbed out for Mendoza. And as I was saying, Cordelio Rodriguez appeared 30 times last year for Tacoma, had 17 goals and 4 assists. So a prominent feature for the Defiance last year. Glanced out. Bayard throws it in. Bowen couldn't keep a hold of it. Things were looking dicey for Tacoma Despite being up a man, they went down in the scoring. They found an answer. Linares said didn't keep it in play. An equalizing goal scored by Antino Lopez. We're all square once again. Lopez, a natural leader on this Tacoma team. Hervé DSA told me that he can influence the group in a positive way. He challenges players, calling out their work ethic. Aquino stepping in, tried to clip it backwards, and then that'll be a foul. A free kick for Portland. Antino Lopez is able to call out players and challenge their work ethic without having the wrong tone. It's quite the gift. Even the one donning the captain's armband the last few games, so he had been given the challenge of stepping up into that role, but it seems to be a role in a position that fits nicely with him. Of course, now that's been passed over to Stuart Hawkins, given the chance to be a leader on the team. Bunbury being marked by Vayard. Bunbury still with it, winding around, deflected out for a corner. Kyle Linares will take it to the left corner flag. This team still creating chances despite the man disadvantage. And on a set piece, it's an opportunity where the number of personnel is of less importance if you can execute. Not too much on that one from Linares. Service back in, headed away. Out of the realm of possibility for a team down a man to score a goal, but scoring twice down a man, that's not very likely usually, but Portland definitely been showing some promise here. They're not just going to bunker in and try to just at least secure a point. This portion of the match is brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Offside flag will go up there. Sebastian Gomez is getting himself behind that line. Ryan Bilichuk. Boot this one down the pitch. There's Mendoza. Ooh, that was close. It was the right idea. Now Aquino and Tacoma will go the other direction. And that ball caught between two players for Tacoma and instead finds defenders for Portland. That's the pressure from Rodriguez. Now a throw in for Blake Pope. 15 more minutes plus added time to go. Do we have a winner in this one, or will we go to penalties? Gomez up ahead. And now it's played up for Linares. Kyle Linares one-on-one with the keeper. And once again, Mo Short steps up in the situation. He's been put in a bind on 2 separate occasions, one-on-one with a striker. And he's gotten big. And he makes a big play. Rodriguez out wide to the right-hand side. This one played up for Gomez. And it's escorted out of play by Rod. Here's a look at that opportunity. Kyle Linares, 5 goals on the season. Could have tied himself with Penn and Ikopa at the top of the leaderboard for Portland this season in the goal scoring category. Chips it up. Well done there from Blake Pope to secure a throw in for his side. Substitution. Waiting for Tacoma here. As a matter of fact, it's already been executed. Burke failing into the game for Chris Aquino. Streaking down this left-hand side is Jura. Jura sends it in, and knocked out by Sousa. Once again, Burke failing, subs in for Chris Aquino.
Chris Aquino. Entering 97, Burke following.
Service swings around, and it's caught by Short. Rodriguez cuts to his right. Brunel squares it across. Vayard out wide now. Failing. Playing it back to Rienzi. Costa Rienzi, that is. Burke failing, cuts to his right. Plays it back across! And Tacoma have the lead. And it's Brodilio Rodriguez giving his side the advantage late in the match. Some good combination play here from Tacoma. And then a cutback pass up to the penalty marker. And the first teamer from Bissau is at the right spot. And he does right with it. We're gonna get another change here for Portland. As trotting off is Adolfo Enriquez. And in comes Noah Santos. Portland down a player, now have to find an answer. Brodilio Rodriguez scoring goals for Tacoma once again in 2024. After being so prolific last season. He is welcome back with open arms here. Especially now, just his second appearance of the season for Tacoma. And he's hoping to have locked this one up for Tacoma. But we still got 10 more minutes of drama. Ferdinand gets his pocket picked. Rodriguez under some pressure, and he loses the ball. But it will be a free kick for Tacoma. A little bit too physical there from Ferdinand. do some jostling to try to make the winds turn in their favor, but just a bit too physical. Bayard. This one will slip back to Hawkins. And Rodriguez will go again. Out wide to Sousa. Fed back inside by Bowen. Sousa persists. Linares tried to keep it in play by lofting up the pitch, but instead it'll be a Tacoma throw.
There was a Portland chemistry substitution leading the match was number 46. Enrique Velasquez. Entering was number 37, Noah Santos.
Bayard sliding this one up the pitch for Gomez. And it'll roll out of play for a goal kick. Tacoma can secure all 3 points. That would put them at 42 on the season, which would hop them above the likes of LAFC2 and Ventura County. All the way up to 3rd place. Still a bit of a gap, though, between them in 2nd and 1st, St. Louis and North Texas, with a 7-point and a 9-point gap ahead of Tacoma, so some catching up would need to be done there, but getting that 3 seed, obviously, still a valuable position to be in. Rodriguez. Over to his right. Bayard. Is currently standing to be the 12th win of the season for Hervé DSA side. If they can hang on, or even add some cushion here. Idea, but wasn't there for Tacoma. Pope. Poked up, and Costa Rienzi is able to start the progress forward. Here's Sousa. One-timer back across. It's Rodriguez again. Rodriguez back across, and they score. Icing on the cake for Tacoma. Wonderful give and go there between Bradilio Rodriguez and the goal scorer, Sebastian Gomez. The youngster finding the back of the net for the 3rd time this season. It's a wonderful touch from Gomez, and then Rodriguez realizes he's got a tight window, but someone who's got a lot more space, who made himself open, is Sebastian Gomez. Looks to be the nail in the coffin in this one, as Tacoma with 3 unanswered goals. It's been a dramatic second half, starting off with a Portland Timbers 2 goal from Tyler Clegg, and it was a fantastic goal at that, despite being down a man, making their desire known. They were not just going to brace themselves and try to bunker in for a draw. But then Tacoma answered back and have now responded with 3 goals of their own. Goal in the 67th, 79th, and 84th minute for Tacoma. Puts this game severely in their favor. This service falls down. Linares has to retreat. Here's the shot, and it's into the back of the net. It's a brace for Tyler Clegg. Another goal from distance. Perhaps we're not finished yet here. Portland not going to say die. A shot through the woods of bodies, and at best, it's Muhammad short. Third goal of the season for Tyler Clegg. Linares with his 4th assist. How about that for an answer for Portland? Here's Christian Mendoza. Has this given some life to Timbers too?
Division goal, Timbers 2 was scored by number 39, Tyler Clegg.
Rodriguez putting this one up to Sousa. But Linares tracking back, winning it for side. They've been playing at a disadvantage this entire second half. Portland Timbers 2 continue to fight. And now look for an equalizer after finding one to get back within striking distance just moments ago. Ferdinand. Move that one forward, and it deflects off Linares last. Start getting into territory where you practice some gamesmanship and slow things down whenever you can to whittle away at this clock. That's, of course, if you're Tacoma. Bowen running it forward. Blake Bowen had that one disrupted. Here's Linares. Running ahead himself. Good combination there. Not a bad ball. Slipping around. Here's an effort from Mendoza. Now Rodriguez gets the chance to gallivant forward. Tacoma can hold on to the ball here for a couple more moments. These seconds gonna grate in the ears of Portland. They are currently on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs are concerned. A point behind Houston in that 8th place spot. They can tie this game up and win from the penalty spot. They would hop them. This ball sent in for Linares, just far ahead of him. Ahmed short. Hoping to get a victory in his debut with Tacoma. It's the 2023 MLS Next All-Star Game MVP. Made some stops when asked to from penalties and ended up earning the distinction after the game. Rodriguez. Cuts to his right. Has a man running. He connects with Brunel. And Brunel can't keep it on frame. As you see, we've got 4 minutes of added time here. It's been a dramatic second half. All 5 of the goals scored in this game have been in the second 45 minutes. Soriense out to failing. Some good interplay here. Rodriguez taps it inside. It returns to him. And that should do it. The Defiance won't be denied. And it's 2 goals and an assist for Bradilio Rodriguez. Wonderfully done. Once again, some give and go. This time with Blake Bowen, his 3rd assist of the season. Been a whirlwind of a second half. But the home side look to have locked up 3 points here. Loads of intrigue, loads of excitement. What you get from rivalry matchups like this. With 2 minutes to go, Tacoma with a 2-goal lead. The fans enjoying themselves now. Giving the chance and saying Bradilio Rodriguez's name. And for good reason. He has been an impact substitution. Here's Sousa now. Cuts it back up top. Rodriguez looking for the hat trick. It's saved. And wouldn't have that been a way to end the night? Loaded ball up the pitch. And Mohamed Short gets on the end of it. He'll be happy with the result here on his debut. Blasted up the pitch, headed away, but it's Rodriguez who could collect it under a minute to go. And actually has the luxury of letting it roll out since it will be a home side throw. Not too many moments left in this one. Bayard opted not to shoot it. Instead, makes the wise decision to just see this one out, much to the displeasure of the crowd. Now Sousa awaits pressure. As we encroach upon the 94th minute. Rodriguez back up top. Bowen lost control of it. Bayard takes a step, loses the ball. Still on the fray. Now Gomez shoots. Insult to injury against their rivals. Sebastian Gomez with a brace of his own. What a night for the Tacoma Defiance. 5 goals in the second half. 3 goals post the 80th minute. And 2 goals in this added time.
That's another Defiance goal! Assisted by number 97, Bert Foley. Scored by number 90, Sebastian!
And that is the ending here. Don't let the scoreline fool you. This one was tight, but at the very end, a flurry of goals from Tacoma give them a comfortable win, 5-2, at least comfortable on the score sheet. What a night it was here. All we have left. Let's take a look at our man of the match. And it is Braudilio Rodriguez of Tacoma Defiance. And it's presented by Adidas. And for good reason. 2 goals, an assist. It's quite the night for him in just his second appearance of the season with Tacoma, but not unfamiliar to the score sheet for Tacoma from years past. He demonstrated it. It's like he never left. Some great combination play with several teammates. And much deserved on that front as far as earning himself the player of the match. But that is where things conclude here for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Mark Schoenster. Once again, our final score is Tacoma 5, Portland 2. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Have a good night, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.